of you. My name is Maddie, and I'm going to be teaching you a little bit about how to write a paper. It's just going to be very short, and I'm going to teach you some key points that you need and a way to remember everything at the end, all right? Okay, so the first thing we're going to learn about is a thesis statement. Does anybody know what that is? No? Okay, so a thesis statement focuses on your idea of your whole entire paper. It's about 1 or 2 sentences, and it presents the question or the topic or anything of your paper. So there's several different types of writing that you could do, like informational, fictional, and like persuasive or anything. But the thesis statement is a very key point in all papers. So it should always be a part of your beginning paragraph, maybe towards the end of the paragraph, but it doesn't really matter as much as long as it's in there. And then you should always restate your thesis statement at the end of your paper in your concluding paragraphs. So there's a couple different parts of a paper that you need to know when you're going down to write a paper. So the first part of your paper is an introduction. So this should always pose the thesis statement, the question of your paper. It should introduce what you're going to be talking about for the next couple paragraphs, clearly and clear cut. The next 3 to 5 paragraphs of a paper are body paragraphs, and these should always include information that supports your thesis statement, along with summarizations that you've come up with while reading sources that you've found. The last part of your paper should always be your conclusion, and this paragraph wraps up what you want to, what you have said, and it also restates your thesis statement, like I mentioned earlier, at the end. So when writing a paper of any kind, you need to make sure you're citing your sources. This is really important because you don't want to get flagged for plagiarism of any sort. That's just not a fun thing to happen. So if I made a statement like something that I said in a paper that I was writing, and I said 75% of millennials have iPhones today. If I just said that and I didn't put an in-text citation after it and said like, this is who said this, or if I didn't put in my citation page at the end of my paper, you would start to question, is that fact really true? Because if I make that claim, it's not true, and I don't have any way to back that up. All right, so the last key element to writing a successful paper is being able to summarize informational text. So informational text is anything that you find that can support your paper. This is what you need to come up with the claims and everything you make. That's what we were just talking about. So being able to summarize things is really important, because if you have a 3-page informational text that you need to put in your paper, but you can't just copy, cut, paste, cite, you can't do that. So you need to make sure you can put it down into 2 to 3 or more sentences. This comes along with making sure you really understand what's in those 3 pages or whatever informational text you have, and being able to use your own words and rephrase things so that you can put it in your paper, still cite that source so that they know where it came from, but it's good to be able to summarize everything. All right, so now we're gonna learn a little way to remember all of this in an easier way. So what we're gonna do is, I have it written up on the board here. So in the 6th grade, my English teacher taught me this, and I thought that I would share it with you guys because it was really easy for me to remember these things when I went to write papers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the first letter, and you guys are going to say the underlined word. Can we do that? Awesome. So R.
Restate.
Restate the question that you have posed in your introduction paragraph in your conclusion, so your thesis statement. A.
Answer.
Answer all parts of your question that you have stated. So whether that means in your body paragraphs, your conclusion, or anything, you need to make sure that you have answered all questions so you don't leave the reader hanging. C.
Cite.
Cite all of your sources and claims you have made when writing. Again, we do not want to get flagged for plagiarism. That's not a good thing. E.
Explain.
Explain how your evidence that you have found supports your question. This one, I think, might be the most important, because if you are writing a paper about the iPhone's epidemic that's taken over the world or something, and you use a quote from an article about an Android phone or anything like that, if it doesn't relate in a certain way, and if you don't explain that well, somebody's going to be very confused because you're writing about 2 different types of technology. All right, that's all I have for you guys today, and I hope it helped. Thank you guys so much.